Hey, what's going on, guys? This is going to be my out-of-box review here for the Premium Bandai HGUC Gundam Ground Type Parachute Pack. So, this is just once again the HGUC, I guess it's not really a revive, but the new version of the HGUC Ground Gundam, which is a very fantastic kit, which I've previously reviewed, and the base kit here is exactly the same. So I'm not going to go into any talking about like the stickers or the articulation, anything like that of just the base kit there, because it's all exactly the same. So if you want to know more about the base kit, feel free to go back and watch that review. Basically, what we need to go over in this review is just talking about what's new with this kit, and there's a few things new. Some very interesting, some very cool things, of course, and there's just a whole lot of options, basically. This is just like the option set for the Ground Gundam, and it also comes with the Ground Gundam itself. So sometimes Bandai will release like option sets, weapon sets or something for kits as a standalone thing, or sometimes they'll release it with the kit itself. In this case, we've got it with the kit itself. I think it's probably because of the fact that in the 8th MS team, there's multiple Gundams together as a sort of team, so they probably assume that people are going to want more than one of the kit already. So maybe if you already bought one HGUC Ground Gundam, then you won't really mind at all having another one by buying this set. So I imagine that's probably one of the things that went into their thinking when how to release this kit. So either way, I'm glad that we got it. I love 8th MS Team. It's one of my favorite Gundam series for sure, and I really love how many different weapon options you get with this kit. I mean, this is like the ultimate set. You get pretty much everything that you could possibly want for an 8th MS Team Ground Gundam set in here. So let's take a look at all of this here. First, as always, a huge thank you to SA Gundam Store for sponsoring the review, guys. Check the link to their site down below. You can get the premium Bandai stuff like this, regular Bandai stuff, and all sorts of other stuff there over at their site. So you can use my coupon code there, ZakuAurelius10, to save 10% on all of that. Right, so let's talk about what all you get included with this kit. Starting off with the things that were included with the original kit that are not new at all. So you get a set of stickers. It's just numbers, nothing really too exciting. I tried to get a little bit creative with that, even using like some parts from the sticker label there as well. For hand options, we've got the holding hands there on the kits, and then we've got two other options. For the left side, we've got an open hand, and for the right side, we've got a trigger finger hand. We've got the regular machine gun here that can fold back like that. The secondary handle can fold forward like so. We've got the beam rifle there with a little sticker for the camera, and this one also has a secondary handle which will move side to side like that as well. We've got the shield, which we'll just be able to attach onto its arm. It can also just stand on its own by just bringing the kickstand down. Pull that down to there, and the shield can just stand up like that. And then attached onto the arm, it can go forward like this using this mechanism, and you can use that as sort of like a blunt weapon to attack with. We've got the two beam saber effect parts for the beam saber handles, which are stored in the side of the leg. We've got the 180mm cannon, which is very nice. Gotta love this weapon with the handle there. It can also move side to side. The main handle here at the back can also fold back, but that's again just for breaking it down. You can break this down into parts and store this inside the backpack, into the box container backpack. Now this just opens up like that, and you can see where those parts will fit into that gray piece that just slides in and out. So you just slide that out, put your pieces in there, and then you just slide that back in for carrying the cannon inside the backpack, which is really cool. The only thing about this though is that if you want to have it like sat on the ground and open, you can see when you fold it open like that, it's not flat on the bottom, so you can't have it just like sat down like that without modifying that so that the door will be like flat with the ground. If you guys get what I mean, it can be a little bit annoying. I kind of wish that it was able to do that just for diorama or display purposes or something like that, if you wanted to display it open and resting on the ground. But it just connects onto the backpack. Fold that down and pull that down, open these out like that, and just slide that into place there. Close that around it. There you go, and then he's carrying that on his backpack. Then we've got a couple of weapons that were included with the HG Ground GM. So these are not totally new. If you have built the HGUC Ground GM, then you have these before. We have the net gun here, which is very cool. I like this a lot. It has the secondary handle, which will move like that. The primary handle does also move forward and back a little bit, so you're able to get this up over the shoulder. Really nice, really cool weapon. And then we have the bazooka as well. This one as well, the forward handle is able to move up and down a little bit for getting this up over the shoulder. Overall, really nice. I love these weapons a lot, so I'm glad these were also included from the Ground GM. And then finally getting into the new stuff that is completely new for this kit. And of course, the main attraction here is the parachute pack, where the kit does get its name, and it's quite nice. Got the thruster details there on the bottom, and this kind of bar that's curving around there that really looks like, when you're cutting it out, it looks like it's just a piece of the runner, so be careful to make sure you don't like actually accidentally cut that in the wrong way or something. when I was cutting it. I was like, where's the part? Oh yeah, it's that part that just looked like it was just part of the runner. A couple of black stickers on here. There's black bars across the bottom are stickers, but otherwise that's it. These white bits up here in the top are separate parts, so that's pretty nice. This just connects onto the backpack as well, but in this case you don't open up the claw parts. It just plugs straight onto there as it is, so you don't have to fold or do anything like that. Just plugs onto there, and then you've got the super backpack. And then the new weapon for this kit is the missile launcher. Very nice. The handle folds down like that. And there it is, just the kind of 3 pods on there. So they're pretty nice, pretty nicely detailed. They really just basically look like scaled down versions of the master grade weapons, although these don't have an option to have like the little front doors open for that. But overall, very nice. And then one last thing here is, of course, the gym head. So you have the option of giving it the gym head as for Karen's Gundam when it lost its head in the anime series. Now you may be wondering, is this different at all from the gym head that was included for the ground type gym? And yes, it actually is slightly different. So this is the new head with this kit, and this is the head from the ground type gym. So you can see it's very similar, and at first glance it would look, you know, almost the same, but it is very slightly different. So this, you can see the circle part there on the side is raised out a little bit more on the just standalone ground gym kit. The front vents on the front of the face are different. The center part is slightly different shaped. Just the whole visor itself is a little bit larger, and the overhanging part is a little bit differently shaped as well. The camera is also a little bit different. You can see the camera is a little bit more protruding on the new head. So that's pretty interesting how different that is. So I wonder, you know, I'd have to go back and watch the anime again if the head is actually different between the just ground type gyms that we see in the series and the gym head that is given to the Gundam. I don't remember offhand because I wasn't paying that close attention to the details of the gym heads in the series, but it still is pretty interesting. So it's cool that you get that in here for those of you guys who are like super crazy about anime accuracy. So as I said before, it's basically just the same awesome ground type Gundam here with all of the accessories you could possibly want for it, and it is pretty awesome. Just to quickly recap the original review of the HGUC ground type Gundam, it's very nice. Very few stickers on it, very few seam lines on it, really nice articulation on that, and the details and anime accuracy I think is also really quite good. Part separation is also really quite nice. It only has like really, as far as like the color decals, it all just has a couple little things, just basically like the little triangle markings on a few places on it. The little V on the front of the crotch is a sticker, which is a little bit disappointing that they couldn't have made that a separate part, but for high grades that's not too unusual. But for it being such a solid, nice HG kit, plus all those different weapons and accessories, I think the list price of 2,000 yen for it is certainly not bad at all. Now, of course, it's a P Bandai kit, so if you're able to get it near that list price, you know, that's not bad. But, you know, as most of you know, overseas you're going to be ending up paying more, like 30, 40, possibly more for it, which is a lot for a high grade. But I think if you're a big fan of 8th MS team and you want to build a team, if you want to build your own 8th MS team with having a few kits, then I think this set is really a lot of fun to have. It gives you a lot of different options. Now, a lot of these options, as you've seen, are available with either the regular kit or the ground GM. So if you already have those two kits, you already have most of the accessories included here. It's really only a couple things that you're missing: a slightly different gym head, and the new missile launcher, which, you know, take it or leave it. You might not really care too much about that if you already have so many other weapon options available. And then, of course, the backpack. And the backpack, honestly, as much as I love it, as far as I remember, this backpack actually did not appear in the original anime, so it wouldn't be anime accurate. I believe this backpack was only featured in the new featurette that came out with the release of the Blu-ray, I believe. The original parachute pack does come with the HGUC Easy 8, which I've got here, and I haven't built and haven't reviewed it yet, so I need to get around to building and reviewing that one, as well as the HGUC Goof Custom. I know I've talked about that many times before. Eventually I will get around to building and reviewing those kits as well, and maybe we'll do a whole kind of HGUC 8th MS team feature kind of thing. We'll see. I'll try to get to that sooner than later, guys. I know some of you have been asking me about it from time to time. So while I know people are always disappointed whenever anything is released as a P Bandai kit, I think this is definitely one of those where it totally makes sense to be a P Bandai kit, because it's all the same kind of stuff that you can get already just normally, with just a couple little extra bits added in there, which are really not like super necessary, but things that, you know, some people might want to have, some people might care to spend the extra money to get. So I think it's a pretty cool release, and yeah, I enjoy it quite a bit. It's a really nice HG. The master grades, despite their age, are still actually not bad master grades either. If you guys are interested and you're put off by the age of them. From what I remember building them, they're really not all that bad. Of course, none of the Master Grades come with parachute packs. That could be something we might see in the future if Bandai ever makes 2.0 versions of the Master Grade Gundam and its variants in the ground gyms, the Sniper GM and the EZ8. If that ever happens, you know, we might see one come out with a parachute pack as well, but in the meantime, I don't even think there's even any resin kits or anything of the parachute pack in 1/100 scale that I have ever seen. Correct me if I'm wrong though. But that's pretty much going to do it for this review, guys. Nothing really too much more to say about this. It's a cool set. Check it out if you're interested. Thank you so much for watching. Leave any other further questions and comments you might have there down in the comment section below. Thank you once again to USA Gundam Store for sponsoring the review, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Hey! Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, if you want to check the kit out for yourself, you can head over to USA Gundam Store. Use that coupon code ZakuAurelius10. Save yourself 10%. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.